What's up guys? Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia, and for today's video we are going to be talking about something that may or may not be kind of like sensitive. Before I start though, I just want to throw in a little disclaimer that what I'm going to be talking about is strictly my experience with bipolar disorder. I'm not a professional. There aren't any like specific rules to this, and this is definitely not a video to help you self-diagnose or anything like that. Just like everything else in life, each of us has his or her own different, unique experience, and that's simply just mine. So without further ado, let's start. Alright guys, so not too long ago I was diagnosed with unspecified bipolar disorder, and let me tell you, my entire life made sense. When I heard that, everything started clicking. Anyway, so in today's video I will be talking about my experience with the lows of bipolar disorder, and the reason I'm talking about the lows right now and not the highs is because I am in one, or at least I was a few days ago, and I'm coming out of it now, thankfully. This video is intended for, I guess it's just an outlet, because sometimes you just need to let things out. I was supposed to shoot this like 3 days ago or more, but last week maybe, but I didn't because of the obvious fact that I was in a really low, and I couldn't even get myself to get out of bed or even shower or anything. Which sounds very... okay, my family is gonna worry, the people who are watching this are gonna worry. I'm good now! What do the lows feel like? It's horrible. It's like you're in a constant, never-ending battle with your brain. This is how I like to describe it. The main battle for me that me and my mind kind of get into is like, especially when I'm in those lows, I start feeling like I cannot do this for the rest of my life, you know, like just a few days ago or a few weeks ago or a few whatever, I was on top of the world, I was thinking that I was God, which we'll get to in a second, and now I feel this horrible feeling, this crippling feeling that I can't shake off, and it's like, it's exhausting. It's exhausting because I cannot live with this forever, and I keep like, this is what I keep saying to my brain, and then my brain's like, well, bitch, you're stuck with me, so what you gonna do about it? And it's kind of exhausting. Basically, it's hard to explain. I swear it's hard to explain. I could have probably explained it better when I was feeling it in that moment, but when you are feeling it in that moment, you do not want to even live, let alone film a video. I'm not suicidal, let me just put this out there. I do, though, experience these severe, dark, gloomy, depressive episodes. And the thing that kind of doesn't help is that the hypomanias are great. I don't experience full-blown mania, I experience hypomania. And they're great because you feel like you're God, you feel like you're on top of the world. If I tell you the delusions that I thought I was Jesus at some point. I thought I was the Mahdi. I'm not gonna tell you a lot about those things because you're gonna think I'm schizo, which I'm not. I'm bipolar. And the thing is, when you're in those hypomanic phases, places, episodes, you feel like you're on top of the world. You are God. You don't feel it. You know it. You know, oh shit, I am God. I am the entire universe in this tiny body, which I still stand by, but it reaches an extent of a God complex, a huge God complex. Like, I can do anything. You know how many times when I was going through those hypomanic episodes, I would be like, you can go ask my boyfriend, I can do anything, you know, I'm the best at everything, these bitches ain't got shit on me, I can be an actor, if I want to be an actress, I'd be the greatest actress, and I want to be all of those things, and I will be, and then I start hopping from one goal or like what I want to do for the rest of my life to another, and it's like a whole but when you're in it, it's great. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but when you are in that episode, I don't know if it's dopamine or what's going on chemically with your brain, but you feel like you're on top of the world, that you can do anything, you can conquer anything, no one can stop you, you're unstoppable, you're unbeatable, and all of these other people ain't got shit on you. So the bad thing about that is, after you come out of that hypomanic phase or manic, you go down to the baseline. So you have the highs, the baseline, and then the lows, right? You go down to the baseline, but after being so godlike and on top of the world, and then you go down to that baseline feels like a low because you were high, you know? And that kind of sucks, because all of those goals and motivations that you had in the high, they're gone, you know, because you're stable again or on the baseline. And then you start thinking realistically, which kind of puts a pause on your drive, if that makes sense. And that baseline by itself is a low. So imagine what an actual low under the baseline would feel like. However, the difference is that when you're on the baseline, again, you're only adapting. You're kind of coming down, and then you're realizing, okay, so I was in a very unstable headspace. This is stable. You hate the stable. It sucks. It kind of makes you feel like but that's the difference between the baseline and then the lows. The lows is you not being able to get out of bed, is you feeling hopeless, is you feeling like you can't stop watching. Like I personally, when I'm in those lows, I binge watch shows and series, and when I'm in those lows, I cannot even pause for a second in between episodes, because it will leave me alone with my thoughts, and those thoughts they kind of make you feel this crippling, dark, light-sucking feeling. So what that kind of looks like for me is, it looks like I'm in bed basically all day. I do not want to get out of bed. I know I have things to do, I just can't get myself to physically get up and do them. I sleep in, and the reason you sleep that much during the day is because you just want a big chunk of the day to just be over, you know? You don't have to live it or go through it, because that way you have an excuse as to why you weren't productive. That again, that's just me. Part of it is because it helps ease the guilt when you're going to sleep at night and you're thinking about your day, and it's like, I didn't do anything today, and you're beating yourself up about it. It helps when it's like, oh, but I woke up at 1, so like, that's okay. And just to clear something up, like not every day is that bad during the low episodes. I personally have like 2 peak days of this crippling feeling. The rest are depressive, but not as dark. It's dark, that's the only way I can explain it. It's like this dark thing that's in your heart, and thankfully I don't go through the lows as much. My episodes are mostly highs. I'm hypomanic more than I am depressed. And the part that sucks the most is having to pretend like you're okay. Like you have to try so hard to pretend to be okay, because I don't want the people around me to feel bad that I'm feeling bad. That's one. And 2, you do not want them to know, because they're gonna wanna try and help, because they're just people who care about you. Naturally, they're gonna want to help. But what they don't know is that when they try to help, it only makes it worse. Because 1, now you feel bad or sad for them because they're feeling helpless, because they can't help you. And 2 is because you know they can't help you, so you don't want them to worry in the first place, because they're gonna try to help, but they're gonna feel helpless because they can't help you. And the reason that is, which is also reason number 2, is that talking about it makes you live in that feeling, it makes you live in that situation. So talking about it really doesn't help. Like when someone tells me, okay, let's talk about why you're feeling sad, and I start talking about the things, for example, whatever, that are making me feel sad, then I am reliving those by telling them I'm going through what I am feeling, so I am feeling it again. So you're not distracted basically, yeah, the only thing that helps is being distracted. But people don't understand that, and it's natural. They're gonna want to try and help, which they can't do, and them feeling helpless makes me feel sad, because I know that they are feeling sad because they are... You get my drift. Another thing is about when you're in those lows is that you're either too sensitive to everything that's going on or too numb to everything that's going on. So I'm either in a mood where if anything silly happens, I just burst out crying because I'm already feeling sad, and anything can trigger that sadness. And I'm also sometimes in those moods where I just feel numb, like blank, nothing, numb. Like nothing can make you feel anything. You kind of detach, but you're still feeling shitty, and you're still feeling low, and you're still feeling dark and disgusting, but you're numb. I don't know, you just kind of lose taste of life. You lose feeling. Everything's just so useless, so gloomy. Thank you for watching today's video. I will probably be posting another one on hypomanic episodes or manic episodes soon. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe and comment. Let me know so I know whether to post it or if nobody cares, which I know nobody cares, but I think I'm gonna post it anyway. But leave a comment because it helps. Like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.